Hi campers, this is the Seiko SKX009. I sounded hesitant, didn't I? No, it definitely is. This is the Seiko SKX009. How do I know that? Well, because I looked it up. But also I've known about these watches, these particular ones, for in the region of 15 years. Not this particular one, but this type of watch was the first one I got that sparked my interest in watches. And it's kind of informed my whole ideas, all my ideas about watches. The Pepsi bezel. I love Pepsi bezels. I go for Pepsi bezels all the time still. The round indices, the big round indices, I still go for those now. This design has absolutely informed everything I know about watches. And everything I like about watches. So I have a lot of feelings for these SKX009s. Not quite so much the SKX007, which is the same watch but with a black dial and a black bezel. Now, black dial, you may say, well, this has got a black dial. Actually, this has got a very, very deep blue dial. Very difficult to make out in artificial light, but in sunlight, there's no doubting that that's a blue face. And it's matte, but it looks black in some lights and deep blue. It's difficult to tell. Anyway, I'm waffling on. Let's have a look at some of the details of this watch. Now, we've got these hands. So the hour hand is this nice sort of fat syringe hand, and the minute hand has the syringe qualities to it, but is interrupted by a big arrow at the end. Then there's the second hand, a nice white second hand reaching all the way to the edge of the chapter ring and counterbalanced with a black bit and then a big white lollipop on the end. Now those hands are all stuffed full of superluminova, so they glow nice in the dark. I'll show you that in a moment. Around the outside we have these big blobs of indices. Now they're not framed in any way. You get higher end quality watches in Seiko and other brands that have these same white blobs of loomed indices, but framed with silver, little chromed edges. Anyway, this is just blobs, and we got them at 5, 10, 20, 25, etc. And then at 6 we have this nice sort of elongated shape with a dash pointing inwards, same at 9, and then at 12 a nice upside down triangle with a dash again pointing inwards, and underneath that is written Seiko Automatic, although all you can see at the moment is Seiko Tomatic. And I assure you it says Automatic. Let's just get that minute hand out of the way. There we go, Seiko Automatic, and its automatic movement is the 7S26, which is nothing fancy. Beats at something like 21,000 odd beats per hour. The second hand is relatively smooth. It doesn't hack, it doesn't wind. It's very straightforward, but it goes for years. It's a nice, straightforward, simple movement, and it's cheap. So if you did need to service it, I'm not entirely sure it would be worth it. You could just get a new movement and plunk it in there. I've got the crown just popped out there just for ease, but it is a screw down crown. So we'll pull it out to the first stop and we'll change the day. Now the day and date window is just a simple cutout at the 3 o'clock with black on white for the day and date. Now the day is, as I said, black on white until you get to Saturday when it becomes blue. And then Sunday is red, which is nice. It kind of ties in with the bezel. And as you'll have noticed, this particular watch is in 2 languages, English and Spanish. Now they're all in 2 languages, English and could be kanji, could be German, could be Arabic, could be Roman numerals. I'm not sure about the Roman ones. I've seen Roman ones, they're weird. Anyway, they're just a variety of different ones. Now this is the SKX009K. Now this is made, I think, in Malaysia, and was intended for the worldwide market. Hence the K. Oh, sorry, I don't know what the K actually denotes, but that's what it represents, that it's intended for the worldwide market. Now you also get an SKX009J, and the J shows you that that watch was intended for the Japanese market. Now there's controversy about the K and the J. Some say the J is better, manufactured in Japan, the K manufactured in Malaysia. My understanding of it is that the K and the J are identical, barring a couple of little design details. Underneath the diver's 200 meters is written 21 joules on the J version, and then on the back it's got Japan. Don't be. My suggestion is don't be fooled into thinking that the J is a better watch. They are the same watch, intended for different markets. You do pay a premium for the J, sort of 10-15% more for the J, which, I mean, that's what watch collecting is about, isn't it? It's not necessarily about the physical thing in front of you, but it's what it represents, or what it, the little history and story behind it. So, you know, pay your premium if you're happy to, but if you want the watch, just stick with the K because it's cheaper and it's exactly the same. Now, this bezel is what makes it Pepsi bezel, and is really what caught my eye at the beginning. Is this lovely red round to 20 and then blue for the rest. And the bezel is a nice clicky action. It's quite loose, it's not particularly firm or strong. It's got a little ball bearing inside, and there's no wobble or any little back play, but it doesn't necessarily always line up on all of the models. The insert is just glued in. You can easily pop them out and get yourself another one. This one is a little faded, which is nice. A brand new one is a little deeper, the red is a little deeper. And when you're sticking it in with a bit of glue, that is when you get it to align, so it's not a big deal if it's not aligned. The rest of the watch, well, let's have a look at the bezel sideways. It's got a nice edge to it, slightly sloped, easy to grip. The watch case is polished and very smooth. The lugs don't really point down much, they're kind of flat, stubby little lugs. The crown at 4 o'clock, screw down as I said, it's not signed or anything, nice and straightforward. The watch case back has the information, 7S260020 is the model number, serial number, etc. and the Seiko Wave logo. And then the bracelet, this is a Jubilee bracelet, it's a Seiko bracelet, and it's really nice and comfortable. Got this nice flip over thing and push button clasp. Nice and comfortable and easy to use. And the bracelet itself, super comfy. Very rattly, it's quite loose and slack, but that looks good, doesn't it? And this is it on my 7.5-inch wrist. Nice and comfortable, sits well. The bracelet is too big, I need to resize it. But there you go. Now let's have a little talk about the loom, shall we? Because Seiko are famous for their loom, rightly so. Across their range, all of their watches, as far as I'm aware, glow super duper well in the dark. So they use the Super Luminova, and they're famous for their glow in the dark. So I'm going to show you that, and to do that I need to just charge it up under the light bulb, and then I'm going to go and turn the lights off and close the blind. So just bear with me a second, I won't be long. There, just closing that blind, turning the light off. There, nice and dark, and I'm back, and there you go. That's what it's all about. That is Super Luminova Loom, what Seiko are famous for, and that glows all night long. Absolutely superb. And I've always been a loom fiend ever since I got my first SKX009 because of this, and a lot of other watches are disappointing in comparison. And just watching it, it's mesmerising. I really like that. I'm just going to put this down and turn the lights back on. I'll open the blind because it's a bit dark otherwise. So that's it. That's the Seiko SKX009. Have I told you everything? The movement, non-hacking, non-winding, but nice. The dial, simple but handsome. Comfortable. Oh yeah, one thing I should tell you, this is Hardlex crystal, so it's not sapphire. A lot of modders will pop that Hardlex out and put in a sapphire crystal, and rightly so really. The Hardlex isn't very scratch resistant, and this watch, for some reason, the shape of it, very easy to knock on stuff. I'm forever knocking it on doorknobs and chairs and stuff. Really annoying. So that crystal, pop one of those out and put in a sapphire. Not difficult to do and would be worthwhile. Again, modders will pop the 7S26 movement out of there and put in an NH35. Is that what it is? Which is hacking and winding and a better movement. But I'm not entirely sure it's necessarily worth bothering, because this is just great. It's, you know, it's not an expensive watch in its day. 100, between 100 and 100 and, well, 100 and 200 euros. Over that for new, but second hand. They discontinued this. Seiko discontinued this in 2019, so the market has taken off somewhat for these, and they tend to go for over 200 euros now, even used. Well, no, they're all used, aren't they? But still worth it. Still worth it. That's it, I think. Yes, that is. So thanks very much for watching. I really appreciate you spending the time to watch this with me. There are other watch reviews on my channel. That's kind of what I do. I also do knives and EDC. So please subscribe, like, comment below, and we'll have a chat about this watch. Tell me if you've got one, had one, what your experiences are, what your thoughts are. That's all for today. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you soon.